Hey everyone, this is Chad. Thanks for coming to Record Wargaming. Today we have a match between Henry and Ryan. Ryan's added on to his Grey Knights. He has a Land Raider and an Assassin. And Henry brought his Pride Paladins. But before we get into this, if you could like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, join the Horde. Check out our links down below. And now, stay tuned for the show, folks. Here we go. Okay.
So we're going to determine who's the attacker and defender. We're going to roll off in there. I got 5. Got 2, so I will decide to be a defender. I will pick this side, and that means that later on I will be able to start first because it says the players alternate setting up remaining units one at a time starting with the defender. So we'll go from there.
All Strike Force missions last 5 turns, at the end of which the player with the most victory points is the winner. The player can score up to 100 victory points in a game, 45 victory points for primaries, 45 for secondaries, and 10 for having their army painted. Each Strike Force mission has different primary objectives, all of them progressive. That is, you score points each turn as opposed to at the end of the game. In all Strike Force missions except the 6, which we are playing today, the player scores 5 victory points for holding 1 objective, 2 objectives, or more objectives than your opponent. We are actually playing Vital Intelligence. The number of objectives you need to hold for each of the first 2 objective criteria increases by 1, i.e. you score 5 victory points each for holding 2 objectives and holding 3 objectives. Each of the gentlemen have chosen secondaries, and they'll go over those in their army overviews.
Now that we have determined all that, we have to determine who goes first, so we're rolling off of that. Oh no! Oh no! So would you like to go first?
I'll go first.
You're gonna go first. Alright, so let's go from there. Oh my, it's Ryan playing Grey Knights again. I haven't played 40K in months, but we're just gonna try and go through this. I have the Tide of Shadows in effect, so while people are in cover, they get a -1 to hit, as well as they don't even have to be really. It says the unit with this ability receives the benefit of cover to a save throw, even while it's not entirely on or within the terrain feature. So it just has to be effectively touching it, and it gets the benefit of being in cover. So moving on, I have a little bit of a different list today. We're going to start over here. You can see already I have a Land Raider, which is going to be new. We have a Strike Squad here. This group right here is going to have Purge Soul. We have our group of 10 Interceptors. They have Astral Aim. Moving on to the Land Raider. This is the Land Raider Redeemer. We're paying for the Hunter Killer Missile and the Storm Bolter. Other than that, obviously it's 2 Flamestorm Cannons and a Twin Assault Cannon that comes with it. Inside this Land Raider is a group of 5 Paladins and a Chaplain. The Paladins are what you see is what you get. So we have a cannon and an incinerator in there. All the weapons with the new update don't actually cost more unless it's a demon hammer. And then we also have a chaplain that's in there, and the chaplain has an extra artifact. He has Sanic Shard, he has Inner Fire, and he also has for Inner Fire is his psychic ability he knows. And then his 2 litanies that he also knows is Words of Power and Invocation of Focus. Moving over, we set up a screen so you can't get in our back line with another group of Strike Squad. And these guys have, it's the one where they teleport, it's Gate to Infinity. And then we go on to our lovely Grandmaster in Dread Knight, which got reduced in cost. He knows Vortex of Doom. We go up to this Strike Squad here. They have Sanctuary. And again, what you see is what you get. And then down here we have our Warlord, our typical brother captain, trying to stay within 6 inches of everybody so he can increase their smite. Luckily, where his guys are is where I want to the first people I want to kill right away, so it's great. And in front of him is a group of 4 Paladins. I had to go down 1. And so these guys know Astral Aim. He knows Astral Aim. And then in reserve, we have, again, new list of Vindicare Assassin. He's currently hiding out as per his ability. So, that's where we're at. We're at 1,998 points with this list, according to the released list that was put out on the community page. And with that, we are down 2 command points for the Vindicator Assassin and 1 more command point because of the Sanic Shard. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't go over my Warlord.
Okay, go ahead.
So he has, the typical things that I put on him: the Couriers of Sacrifice, First of the Fray, Empyrean Domination, so I can get some more command points later on. So yeah, that's what I got going. And that's pretty much what we're gonna do. Actually, the one thing I did figure out that I was gonna change with this is that these guys, instead of purge soul, oh no, no, that's it. I can't do that. So we're good. We're good. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Hi, I'm Henry. I am a local from the area. I was just told, like, hey, I can come in and play a battle report, so I thought I would bring my Pride Paladins army with me today. They are a Dark Angels successor chapter, but I'm playing them as Dark Angels, and we're going to see if I can't play some Grey Knights here. So let's go over our list, shall we? First off, we have our Warlord and our HQ choice here. This is our Captain in Terminator armor, and he will have the Warlord trait Master of the Codex, just to generate me some more command points throughout the game, and he will be carrying a Relic Blade and Stormbolter as per his model. Alongside him in the HQ slots, we have our Interrogator Chaplain with a jump pack. This guy is the Auspex Tactics build. So, Teeth of Terra, Jump Pack, Master of Sanctity, Canticle of Hate, and Mantra of Strength. If you know what that build is, you know what I'm going to be doing with it. So, that should be fun to see if that can actually get some kills. Alongside him is a Tech Marine, and I will be paying paying 2 command points to give him a Warlord trait and a relic. The Warlord trait is going to be a Brilliant Strategist to be able to set back my Dreadnoughts into Devastator Doctrine on turns 2 and 3. And then I am also going to give him the relic Armor Indomitus, just to give him a little bit of a better save and keep him alive a little bit longer. For troops choices, I have brought 2 Eliminator squads. One's just kind of right here behind the terrain here. And they're basically just box standard infiltrators, and they have the Helix Gauntlet to prevent 1 wound, just to kind of, they're objective holders. Last troops choice is a 5-man squad of intercessors with a grenade launcher, and they are just going to, do their thing, hold an objective. We get to elites. We have a group of Deathwing Terminators in the front here. They will be equipped with Stormbolters and chain fists, and the heavy weapon I am going for is the Cyclone Missile Launcher. So they will basically all be able to have their DACA and their fighting along with a heavy weapon that can fire along with it. Next to them is actually our fast attack options. We're just going to go this way. We have an ATV with Multi-Melta, and that's basically just a little quick anti-tank unit. Kit bashed a little bit, and I haven't finished painting the kit bash, unfortunately. Next to them are the Outrider detachment. And these guys are just because I thought bikes would be fun. Then the Infiltrators and the Interrogator Chaplain again. We have the Venerable Dreadnought with heavy plasma cannon and close range combat weapon with Stormbolter. Alongside him is the Tech Marine and the Redemptor Dreadnought and that is the easy to build model, so I am actually running him with the Macroplasma along with the Onslaught Gatling Cannon. And then I built this little thing for an Icarus rocket pod. And then alongside him are 5 Hellblasters with the standard Plasma Annihilators. And then finally up here in the tower, we have our Eliminators. they are just a cheap option for holding a spot and also kind of making the opponent have to think about their HQs just a little bit. And that's basically my list.
And how many points is that?
And this is 2,000 points on the nose according to Battlescribe at the time. They had not updated their points yet, and so I built this via Battlescribe at the time, for brevity.
Actually goes up, I think. Hold on.
Passes.
Is it a 3 or a 4?
Well, mine are 2+ since I'm a Master of Sanctity.
Oh, on a 3 up, the recited litany is good. Okay. Yeah. So they're gonna do the one for litany of.
Yep, both of my litanies go off.
Pride Paladins, turn 1.
Honored to be here, and let's play some 40K. Alright, welcome back, guys. So this is the end of turn 1 for my Pride Paladins. Mostly I just moved up the table here. So we were able to take out one Nemesis Dread Knight right down there below. And honestly, it was kind of got taken out by the Redemptor, and then that kind of prevented my Venerable from doing much, so maybe I overestimated that thing a little bit. Most everything just kind of moved forward, kind of kept some of the stuff that's more for strategic reserve blocking and strategic reserve blocking. And then I kind of plinked 6 wounds off the Land Raider with the ATV there, and the Eliminator shot and took 2 wounds off the Brother Captain, which honestly is more than my Eliminators have ever done ever. So that's basically my turn. I'm just trying to kind of push up, take advantage of my larger model count and abundance of vehicles to kind of get myself in position here. That's basically my turn. So we'll now move on to Grey Knights, turn 1.
Alright, that went okay. I have 6 command points left. Had to use a couple to re-roll some things that did and did not work. I got a pretty good charge on this side. We took out a Hellblaster squad with using Astral Aim to take out 2 of the units. I had to use a silencer from my captain to take out another one, and then we made our charge in and took them out. The unfortunate part is they're now wide open to the plasma squad of dudes over here, but that's fine. Another good news, these Eliminators are gone. They died from a mixture of smiting and lots of just random shots. Actually, I think the last killer shots came from my Grandmaster with his Gatling side cannon. Other than that, we have taken out these bikes in the middle with the Flamestor cannons, and we have only 2 wounds left on this bike that's here. I had to look up the rules for deployment. I really hate the fact that you have to deploy these guys before you can move the tank, but at least you can deploy them. I didn't look up the rule if I could deploy these guys and then move with them, so we went under the assumption that my deployment out of the unit is my actual movement. So if that's wrong, please let us know down below. We just want to know what the actual rules are, because I haven't used a Land Raider ever. You will understand that my Grandmaster is back here still because I failed Gate to Infinity, which sucked. Yeah, so that was annoying. But yeah, other than that, we brought out our sniper, and he had shot the wonderful big guy. Yeah, what's up?
Well, after the terminal.
So we ended up shooting the big guy, his head guy, and took out 3 damage on him. We didn't get any luck with the headshot ruling, unfortunately. But at the start of round 2 is now where we can actually start gaining command points. I did get 2 points for engage on all fronts. I missed getting the cut off the head, and I didn't do psychic ritual, so I didn't get cut off the head because I didn't kill him round 1. I did get 2 points for engage all run fronts because I have the guys here, and there. But other than that, the psychic ritual Did not happen yet because I was trying to kill the Eliminators. So next round, if my guys are still alive and everything, I will try and get my Psychic Ritual off.
Just a heads up, I was reading through my stratagems. I hadn't read through all the stratagems very well. Apparently, regular wing units, if I use this stratagem, can fall back at the end of the fight phase. So I had the ATV fall back there, so it can shoot again.
But we're going to start the Pride Paladin's second turn, where he's going to start to get more points and probably kill a lot more things. So we'll see what happens.
Alright guys, so end of turn 2, things went okay. Not entirely what I was expecting, but decent. So again, these guys just kind of stuck around where they were. The Dreadnoughts were able to completely wipe out the Paladin guys over there.
Interceptor squad.
Interceptor squad over there with the help of the infiltrators. The Paladins over here lost most of their units, except for one, and he ended up killing my chaplain, so that wasn't great. The Knights failed their charge, also not great. But the Deathwing Terminators were able to completely destroy that Land Raider, so that was great.
It did not explode, though.
It did not explode, though, so that saved us.
Yep.
The ATV didn't do much this turn, and these guys just kind of shot at these guys.
We lost 2 Paladins and 1 Strike Squad guy.
So that's the bottom of that turn.
And you gain 6 command point, or 6 secondary objective points. 1 for Abhor the Witch, engage on all fronts, and hold the objective point.
Secure, yeah.
Is it secure an objective point?
Yeah, secure an objective point.
And you gain 10 victory points because at the end of the command phase, you had 2 and more than me, so that gave you 10.
Yep.
So.
Because I control 4 objectives now.
Yep. So before your next turn, I have to do something to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Pretty much is how that goes. So.
All right, Grey Knights, turn 2.
My turn started out really bad. I got 0 primary objective points because I only controlled 1. So, now that I started my turn, I was able to successfully teleport a squad of Strike Marines, a Strike Squad back behind here, behind cover, so that they wouldn't be able to be shot at by the horrible beings that are there. They're still within 6, so that's fine there. I control this objective back here because according to the rules, if I leave it, it's fine. The little ATV is dead. This squad here is dead. All my guys made their charges. I still have 1 guy here. I still forgot to do Psychic Ritual again because I was trying to kill this squad. I still have 3 more turns of this, so it's fine. The sniper didn't kill him again, so there's one wound left on that, and that will reduce the amount of my points my secondary can get. That's literally the reason why I took this guy. I figured he was going to be a guaranteed amount of points or for my secondary objectives. Maybe if I did something differently, it would have been better, but I had to kill these guys in the way because they were the closest. They were closer than he is. But now he's wide open, and I can take him out. Other than that, I took over this position as well. These 4 guys took out that. So we have this controlled, the one back here is still in our control, and now I have this one. So I control 4. At the beginning of his turn, he only controls 2. So he's only going to get 5 points, but he's not going to have more than me. So that will slow down his victory points. The unfortunate part is I think the Grandmaster and Dread Knight is going to definitely die this next turn because he's wide open to the plasma cannons, and I don't think he's going to run. So that's that for Grey Knights. So far, as far as our victory points go, I got Engage All Fronts, gives me 2 more. I scored 0 overall ones. I didn't get cut off the head, and I didn't do Psychic Ritual. So Pretty low. I'm on 4 points, and he's definitely over 20. And if I don't get some points next turn, I will concede. So, yeah, that's it for me.
All right.
To the Pride Paladins turns. Oh yeah.
Turn 3.
Hey!
Oh my god. So we have both of our warlords are fighting each other. He hit me once, and I lived through it to see the day. And I hit back, and you have how many wounds rolls to save? How many saves?
2 saves.
2 saves.
And that's on my 4-up invuln.
Yep. And it's a D6 or D3 damage. So
He's dead.
he's dead. Yes.
Richard Packer is dead. Alright, so end of turn 3. End of the top of turn 3. So, didn't go completely as planned, but I think I did okay. So these guys are just kind of pushing up a little bit into the terrain to kind of just get a little bit of fire going this way. Maybe I'll push them up a bit if I can kill something, but I don't think I will, so I think they're just going to hold the line. These guys are going to hold the line with them. Just pour fire down that fire lane. And my 2 dreadnoughts, one is going to push that way. This one's going to push down there and just kill that guy, secure this objective, and then move out. The knights were not able to kill the dread knight, unfortunately, but they did knock it down to 3 wounds and have it still stuck in combat. So he will either have to fight and kill that and then consolidate out, or fall back, which means he won't be able to shoot. So that's a plus there. And then, unfortunately, Richard Packer died. But I think he fulfilled his role and more this game. So that's the end of my turn 3.
What about this guy laying down here?
Oh yeah, you took out my
last
paladin.
And I took out his last paladin on the parapet there.
Okay.
And what's the score?
And
so you didn't get engage all on fronts this time.
I did not get engaged on all fronts this time.
You didn't kill any psychers this round.
You
didn't kill any. Oh yeah, you did kill 1 unit, so you get 2 for
I
that.
did kill a psyker.
And then what was the other one? Holding of an objective point, so you did get 2 for
secure
that.
and hold my objective point. So I get 3 for that.
So
because it's progressive.
Okay. So then you get 3 and 2, so 5 more secondary objective points.
2 plus 3.
And
I don't get engaged because I have guys here. I have guys there.
There, I checked. He's not across the center.
Is he across?
You have these 2 coordinates. But you have to have 3 to get 2, 4 to have 3.
And he's not across the center?
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that guy. Hold on. It's 30 inches, so 30 inch on the 60-inch table. Yep, you're good. So you get 3 for that?
I
totally forgot about that guy. He's mixed in with all the other dead guys, so you don't see it.
Yep, he's engaged on all fronts.
So there you go.
Yep, that's the end of my turn 3. I have, if I did the calculations quickly, 28.
28 total?
28 total points.
Sweet. Alright. On to Grey Knight's turn 3. This turn went okay, but not the greatest. My Grandmaster and Dread Knight had 3 health left. And it was up against 1 knight, so I had taken the gamble and cast Vortex of Doom on him to hopefully be able to only take 1 damage and then be able to fire and then maybe charge in. Unfortunately, this did 3 damage and this did 3 damage, so I did get to do the character thing where you get to shoot when you die. I paid for that and got to do no damage, or actually I did some damage to his Redemptor Dreadnought, which I also tried to hit with the Paladin squad I teleported over here to help maintain this point. The other thing I tried to do is take the Vindicare Assassin and try and shoot him, and he failed at that job. So other than that, I started one of my Psychic Rituals here. So I have 1, and that's what the counter is for. And yeah, I just tried to move, and right now I still maintain control over 4 objectives. So as long as I continue to maintain control over these 4 objectives, moving into my next turn, I will get another 15 points. So at the end of this turn, I gained 15 points in my primary objective, 6 in my secondary my first secondary objective, which was cut off the head for killing his warlord, which gave me 6 in round 3. And then secondary objective was engage on all fronts. I got another 2 points because I only am in 3 portions of the board. His eliminators have effectively made that impossible for me to get unless I start running, which I don't really want to do too much. Other than that, I didn't get anything for Psychic Ritual yet because I need 2 more turns of doing it. So, that's it. He's got a Redemptor Dreadnought that is still pretty strong, Tech Marine, and a Venerable Dreadnought. So, that's what we got.
Alright, this is turn 4 for Pride Paladins, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, there we go.
This turn did not go as planned at all. Turns out Dreadnoughts can't go up the buildings, which is not exactly hot sauce for me. So we had to kind of shenanigans around the Redemptor and Venerable Dreadnoughts. I was hoping to kind of have them run over the 2 terrain pieces and blast down the characters and whatever was over there. The Infiltrators, I'm having one stay on the point here just to prevent you from teleporting over here easily.
I mean, that's smart.
And then I'm trying to run these guys up, and using their objective secured, I'm going to try and grab one of these 2 objectives here and try and get at least something. Since I already own that objective there, and I own this objective. And that's basically my strategy. That's the end of my turn.
Alright, so you got 5 points for having 2 objectives at the beginning.
5 points for having 2 objectives, 5 points for holding the point.
Yep.
And another 2 points for engage on all fronts.
Yep. Alrighty.
Alright, here we go. Grey Knights.
So, end of turn 4 for me. I end up getting up to 8 points for my secondary objective for engage on all fronts. And then I did not get my Psychic Ritual off yet. I did get a second counter on it. My 2 characters are here just in case they kill 1. I can maybe survive. I had my group of strike squads teleport to here to maintain control. To block from his invading guys to potentially control that. I tried to use as much blocking as I can by having my guys go on the objective as well as move forward to try and block at least a charge from getting to these guys so we would still control numbers. And I did take out the Tech Marine, the Vindicator Assassin, finally did something this game and took him out with 3 headshot rolls in a row, so I got a 3, 4, and a 6. So that worked out. Other than that, we're going to see what it looks like right now. So right now I'm at currently 30 plus 6 plus 8. So I'm at 44 at the end of my turn 4.
Alright, we're going to do Pride Paladins, turn 5.
So anyway, we went through and figured out the rest of this math and how much points it would take for one person to win. I came out in the end, you came out in the end with 65 points, and I had 65, but then I also had the cut off the head, which added another 6. So I won by barely by just getting that 1 secondary objective. So the Vindicator Assassin didn't do his job necessarily,
But did win him the game.
and did win him the game. So good job.
Good game.
That was very good.
Yeah, this was fun. The Pride Paladins definitely overperformed in my eyes. Alright, so this is the post-game sort of rundown of how we felt about the game. Very close game. Honestly, I feel like my Pride Paladins really performed actually pretty well, given it's my first time against Grey Knights, and I really had no clue what I was getting into with Grey Knights. So I basically kind of ran my standard list, but I added some more plasma and an extra dreadnought to it.
So
and
that's good.
I sort of dropped my apothecary. I dropped points here and there just to fit everything in.
I think whatever you did with having the Tech Marine is a Master or something. What is it?
You Master of the Forge.
Yeah, because if you had the Master of the Forge Tech Marine, I could have taken out that Redemptor Dreadnought at some point sooner. But because you had that, it kept staying around and taking up my time and killing my units. So I think that was a great choice. I think the Apothecary probably wouldn't have helped you too much with how your units were. Your Terminators did really well. I think because I had a Land Raider longer than one turn, I took out your bikes pretty quickly. But if the bikes weren't there, then what else would you have put there?
Yeah, and the bikes were kind of my idea with the bikes. I really kind of wish I kind of put them on one of the flanks in the deployment phase.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what? I might as well keep them close to the ATV because the ATV is going after them, and maybe when those units disembark, I can hit those units. But didn't really work out that way, and the ATV did not perform as well as it has in the past.
Okay.
In the only game I've ever won, it killed a Carnifex on turn 1.
There you go. But I mean, like the multi-melta did do 6 points of damage right away, which was scary. And then you got to shoot it again, but you missed, so I was lucky. But with that, I think you put it where you put it, and I try to avoid the melta as much, or the plasma. Wherever you put the plasma stuff, I put my tank on the opposite side. I gave you the Dread Knight as a gimmick, like, hey, shoot me, and I hid my other one so I could teleport him, but then he never teleported, and then you brought your guys in. I'm like, alright, I'll hit the Knights, I guess. And those Knights were strong, but yeah, I'm glad I killed them.
It was nothing. It was nothing against a character Dread Knight, which
yeah,
it still resulted in the two of them canceling each other out. But
yeah, I had to make that choice because either way, he was just going to stand there and die next turn, which could have blocked you from in the end getting to this in time. But you know,
it didn't end up working out that way.
I mean, either way, I had to take that gamble and do that.
I thought about experimenting with a Storm Speeder instead of the bikes.
Yeah.
Just to add more Melta, more heavy firepower.
Mm-hmm.
Use that Ravenwing gimmick of Jink just to let those heavier units with the heavier, fast firepower get in, do their damage, and potentially live another turn.
I personally decided this game that I wasn't going to give somebody Masters of the Warp, or the one that changes the warp. I just picked the one that gave us the extra cover bonus. I think it's the Shadows. But yeah, I think the Vindicator Assassin did a lot of damage. Other than that, I don't think I would change much.
Good game. I liked your list. I think the only thing I would maybe tweak a little bit is that giant blob of those one wound guys that teleported in.
Well,
because they kind of, it seemed like if they had lived, they would have been a real big problem.
Mm-hmm.
But because they kind of teleported in, did their thing, and then just kind of got blasted off the board.
Right.
That it was a lot of points and a lot of models that just kind of went off the board in one strike. Yeah.
I'll basically say that with that, if I wouldn't have charged in, my guys would have lived longer. I could have done more, but that was a tactical error on my side. But we won't make that mistake again.
Yeah, we will respect the Dreadnought now.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching the video.
Yeah, thanks for watching the video.
Like, share, and subscribe, and join the Horde. See you next time.
And I do want to mention one more thing before we go. We are also now posting on Rumble, so go over and check us out over there.
Oh,
and then also, starting next week, after this one goes up, we will have a Patreon account. So go ahead and check that out. We'll put the link down below.
And happy Pride Month, everyone. I guess perfect time for this. I brought Pride Paladins during Pride Month for this battle report. So this is my first ever battle report on camera, so forgive me.
And you did fine.
Yeah, you did fine.